Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. As you can see, we're supposed to do an unboxing of that box over there, but we're missing like 2 more parts of that. So I'm just gonna leave that there and basically not show it until everything is here. Apparently there's 3 parts of it. That's only 1 part, and if they're shipped in the same time, I don't know why they're not here at the same time. Okay? But you know, before anything else, we should get the music started. Music. Virgin Mary going like shadows. It's just a print, just a print. Let's not, you know, don't get too technical with the graphic design here, okay? There we go. So yeah, today I'm going to a light one. It's gonna be the Jewish Day Rose of Sharon, because as you guys know, I've been not feeling well. My neck right here, there's a tendon in there, it's a nerve or something like that. It's got pinched and it's constantly hurting, and when it hurts, it shoots up pain all the way from the back through my brain. It doesn't feel well. It does not feel well at all. I feel lack of concentration, I feel pain, and I feel dizzy here and there. Like if I move my head specific way, it would not feel well. So you know, I've been resting. Like just now it will hurt. I've been resting, and I know it's one of the tendon because when I press on it, it hurts. Somewhere in there, when I press on it, hurts. So like I'm constantly like adjusting my neck, trying to feel better. Now because that is causing me to feel like lack of concentration, almost dizzy, I try to not just smoke something that's too serious, too strong. So Rose of Sharon will have to do it today. As we know, it's a pretty light. Light smoke. I did see a chiropractor. We did a couple of adjustments already. But it's one of those things that once you hurt the tendon, it takes a while for that tendon to recover, to go back to how it is. But I did went to a chiropractor, did an adjustment. I probably will go again soon. It's not something that you do every day. You do it every couple of days, you know. So you do it every so often. But yeah, it was just right here along the line. So if I feel here, I feel that tendon shoots all the way into my brain. It hurts. So yeah, that's the only bad thing about it. You know, I can't concentrate to do stuff, but I try to get everything done as expected. So first of all, let me refill this thing if I could. Here it is. See, like just right next to me, and I didn't realize that it's right next to me. But let me refill this a little bit. And I'm gonna light up a cigar. But how's everybody doing? We have Martin, we have Sherry, we have Brad, we have Hashimoto, we have Shapen, we have Kat, Travis, we have Kyle, and Solace is here too. So let's see if that works. There we go. I think the music's a little loud. I was liking when I didn't like when Kyle's, because it says Kyle SSL. I'm like, yes, resident. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Now let's jack this fan up to the max as usual to get ventilation, and I'm gonna turn the heat off. Give me 1 second. I gotta move this too. There we go. Like I said last time, if I have the heat is drawing air, and it's like stopping the air to be traveled to the vent, so I have to turn off one and do the other. But yeah, now it works. Like the smoke just disappears quick. It works for me. Very good, very good. Cigar, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Fat finger. Gotta wrap the lesion. Yeah. I mean, it makes it easier for you guys to change your screen name to something more identifiable. I mean, I understand that everybody wanted to talk about SSL all day long, so they might not want to change the name to SSL for whatever reason. But for me, it helps to spread the words, I guess, in a way. Not that we need any more members as is right now. Like we pretty much at a good number. I think 150 is actually a really good number, believe it or not. It's just the way it is. 150 is actually a pretty good number. Just unfortunately, out of that 150, we have about 60 or less people that are active. If everybody's active, that would be like, perfect scenario. But we don't. We don't. So yeah, I mean, we have a little bit more coins left, and that coin, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna eat the cost of it and just keep it. So, that's one of the things. Like, when you have a lot of people, it starts to get complicated. When you have people that are not active, you cannot even get them to respond to you. That's a big problem for me. I think, in my opinion, it's not that hard to respond to one post, right? It simply says, like, I made a post to say, hey, if you don't want a coin with your number on it, just simply say you don't want it. But that one post, over 100 people looked at it. We have like 10 people respond. Okay, over 100 people look at it. We'll have 10 people respond. Nope, I have a list of people that I have to send their invites. I wait until the 11th and literally just send all the invite in one day. That way, on the 11th, I can be on and kind of introduce, how it works and all that stuff all together. I don't have to do it for everybody. You just have to do a welcome for everybody once and get to know everybody once. I think that's easier. That works better now. We have about 4 or 5 members maybe. A couple of them actually from Bob the Cigar Guy. Actually, there's one lady named Allison from Allison Truth. Allison T. Is actually from Bob the Cigar Guy. When I saw her name, I actually recognized it. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, we're not trying to expand. We're just trying to allow people to give it a try. Because I get message all the time. I don't know if the mods ever get message, but I get message all the time. So how to join Shadow Smoke Legion? And I always tell them just simply get somebody to invite them. And I honestly think it's gonna be an easy thing to find someone to invite them. For example, anybody use the hashtag Shadow Smoke Legion would have a way to contact, to invite, but apparently it's pretty hard. Now, there are some people just think that's too much work. Some people just think that's too much work, which I think, if you think that little bit work to find someone, to ask them, and to join was too much work, then this group will not be a good fit for you. Alright? This group would be not a good fit for you if you think simply finding someone to invite you was too much work. Now, I never thought finding someone to invite me in for anything was too much work. In fact, back in the day when like BitTorrent was very, very big thing, there are a lot of websites that's invite only. You know how hard I had to go out and just find someone random and just beg them to invite me into the thing so I can download? That happens all the time. So all they have to do is simply ask. I mean, there's plenty of people that's in Matia Maya's thing that want to join, and I'm pretty sure they ask Matia Maya, and Matia Maya just go like this. No. So either they never ask, or they just simply think it's too much work, or whatever. But for me, they did ask. I give quite a bit of those, so I figure, I'll do it one time, at least one time, just so you cannot say that I never allow anybody to be in here, okay? So the people here, is aside from me inviting them in, someone, I allow you guys to come in, I'm drinking the Monster again because I'm fatigued, because the neck issue. Like, I sleep, and I think this issue came from sleeping. When you sleep on a table like this, you're gonna get neck pain. You're gonna get neck pain like this. You know, you're gonna you know, on the airplane, if you try to sleep, like, that table is that tiny, so you can only do this, right? And then sometimes it just slips, and then you're doing this. You know, sometimes I'm doing this. Sometimes I just put my head against the front seat, so it's like this. So my neck is taking the blunt, so obviously I'm gonna get hurt. But yeah, 1 year in, proof of concept, it works. So, you know, let's see if these new members will be able to, you know, become one of us. You know, it'll be a trial period. If they want to leave in 2 weeks, bye, you know. But if they want to stay, we welcome them, right? So, you know, it's all about the fun, the enjoyment of the group and stuff. You know, we do the dumbest things and make it fun, right? We do the dumbest thing and make it fun. Look at the logo. Look at the logo. Today I finalized the logo. I got the file for the logo for Shadow Gates, and I still could not believe I actually went through with it. I'm like, why am I making this again? Why am I making this? Like, what am I doing? But I think it's pretty funny. I actually think it's pretty funny. Like, when I look at it, it's like, there's a prohibition period. Basically, you know, in the beginning, I give them, like, you know, I usually give people benefit of the doubt when they break a rule. Either it's like, you know, if it's not serious, I think that people broke the rule because of an accident of some sort. Now, if they broke some serious rules, first thing come in and says, hey, I work in the Cigar lounge and this is where you should be going. Like, start advertising like crazy, posting links and all that stuff. I might just kick them. If they come in here and offend anybody, I might just kick them. You know, it's one of those things that before you become one of us, for me to take you seriously, follow the rule. Introduce yourself. Let people get to know you. You know, enjoy the group. You know, we do have one person in the group who enjoys himself and rarely says anything else other than post 4 pictures at the same time. Alright, we do have one of those guys. He posts pretty cool pictures, but he never really interact with anything. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. So that's totally fine. I'm not saying that you have to, but you know, in a way, he's not getting too much interaction as well. You know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that the more effort you pay into this group, the more you gotta receive. And I work to my death to do that. Make sure that happens, right? Make sure that happens. So I hope those people will be, you know. Adam is pretty much silent, okay? Here's the thing though. I understand that people have social media panic. You know, like, as if you make an account, people is gonna find everything about you. And they're gonna hack everything about you. And they're gonna become you. Okay? Now, I don't mind if you make a fake account for it. You don't have, for example, if your name is Adam, you don't have to be Adam. You can be Mada. So long as there's a way for me to identify who you are, I don't care what account you're making it. Right? I'm not, it's just, I don't care what account you're making. It's just a way, hey Gary, it's just a way to socialize with us. Having an account so that we can talk, you know? There's no, don't put your personal information on it. Then you'll be fine. Trust me on that. You know, I don't know why so many people are afraid of it. People are afraid that people can find them and stuff like that. Don't use your real name. Don't use your real name. Don't use your real name. Yeah, but I am fine with the migraine too. Like, my neck is causing the migraine. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. So yeah, I mean, I sometimes see his picture. It's very dark, black and white picture most of the time. Pretty cool pictures, yes, but you know, I'll prefer that for him to get to know us better, interact with them more than just posting the picture. So Hilton 10, I remember last time you told me you're Brad Haney, I believe. So I do know you. It just take a few time to know you. So yeah, we took a while to get that set of logos. Just so you guys know, I bought all 3 logos. Okay, there's no need to choose which one we're gonna have. We're gonna have all 3. All right, and yeah, don't ask me how much it costs. I'm not gonna tell you. You wouldn't want to know, right? You wouldn't want to know. Because, but then, like, you know, I'm one of those be safe than sorry. Let's get the thing first, just in case I need it in the future. That's one of the things I'm for. You know, that's one of those things. So I'm scrolling down on the computer to see if I can find one of his posts, because he doesn't post often. But if he posts, it's one of those themed black and white picture of him smoking something and few words, but then not much of interaction. Oh yeah, I got quite a few minutes on this thing. I got quite a few minutes. In terms of the Cigars Daily code, I don't know if it's fixed. Yeah, but then if it is, go give it a try here and there. So yeah, the shield will be on the T-shirt. I really don't think much people is gonna buy it, but you know, anything that is bought from that will be recuperate the cost of it. And when I recuperate enough costs, we're gonna make one for Sherry too. So you know, between now and Sherry, we'll have a yeah. So yeah, between now and then, we can find something that represents Sherry in the future. I don't know. Maybe I'll make one for every month in the future. You know, who knows? Who knows? But you know, we gotta have something that actually represents like viral. And Jeff sleeping is definitely not one of them. Just want to put it out there. Jeff sleeping is definitely not one of them. All right, Jeff sleeping is not one of them. I'm not making that one, but I may make something else. I don't know. I think it's cool to have new stuff all the time. We have classic stuff, we have new stuff, and that's how we keep things going. Like, you wouldn't want all your swag at the same logo. You wouldn't want all your swag is the same thing all the time, but yet you want to represent, right? So you want to put everything together so that everything kind of represents, but it's not the same. At least for me, that's how I want it. I want things the same but different. The same but different. Same message but different stuff. So, having the new stuff definitely works. I can tell you that T-shirt is going to be a conversation starter for sure. Everybody's gonna go, what the hell is shadow gaze? What the hell is that? And then you have to do this to them, and then they were what? A new cigar phenomenon, brand new cigar phenomenon. Marco has been in the group for a while now. I mean, Marco V has been in the group for a while now. I don't think it's that long ago. I don't think it's that long ago. Has it? Has it been that long? I don't know. He's been in the group for a while. At least before Christmas, because he was in the Christmas raffle thing, I think. Now I still feel bad. There's two more people that still haven't received their Christmas prize yet. Okay, Christmas prize, and I just don't have a chance yet. I just don't have a chance. I just don't have a chance because the thing haven't sent to me yet. Like the cover that I ordered. I'm just waiting for it. Every time I call them, it's like, yeah, as soon as I can send it to you, I will overnight it to you, and I go, okay, when? And it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's like, I'm waiting for it. But yeah, based on what I have right now, let me see. Based on what I have right now, there's a way to look at message, right? There we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that will be joining us on the 11th. So that's not too bad. Still manageable. And obviously, as the time goes, we'll do more. We'll still do audit. I'll probably do audit once a year or twice a year, just to see if people are even reading the announcement or not. Because when people don't read the announcements, when people don't see what's important, what I try to get done, it bothers me quite a bit. Especially when things are being held up because we're waiting for 1 or 2 people, like simple yes or no answers. I was waiting for simple yes or no answers, and I would think that if they read it, they could have that 2 minutes to type out yes or no. But it bothers me when people don't respond to a post that's asking for either opinion, answer, results, or just something simple. It's like answering a post is that much a hassle. I mean, I can understand if you have an emergency in the house and stuff like that, but 24 hours a day, you have 2 minutes, right? So. Now, that's if we're talking about 24 hours. Now it's 72 hours. I still haven't get answer from everybody. So by Friday, I'm just gonna consider all of them say no, and then just move on with it, because I cannot wait forever on answers, and I have to move on. I have to do things. I have to do different things so that the group can continue to go. I need to recover. I cannot be too stressed because my neck is bothering the heck out of me. Life is tough. It's only beginning of the year. Now, today's the 8th. I think Bob will have the date setting on which day that he can handle the HERF at his place. So soon, in the next couple of days, I should have that news posted in the Legion. Now, we do have trading on our website, and I saw a couple posts. I've saw trade happen. And the other post is whether or not they can trade soy sauce for sticks. Yes, you can. So long as you feel it's fair trade, doesn't matter to me. But I don't think you can send it that easily. That's the problem. So before you do trades like that, consider how you gotta send it. If you don't have a way to send it, I highly suggest not to do that. But if you have a chance to look into it to see what people have there for trade, go for it. Even though I really think the group is generous enough that people just give them sticks. They don't even need to trade, because give the stick automatically is like trading, because when they give, they receive. So it's one of those things. All right, Marco, talk to you later. So today's topic, well, obviously we're gonna talk about a little bit of cigars, and what's really funny is I was sitting over there, I was like, my neck doesn't feel good at all. And my wife was like, did you smoke cigar today? I was like, not yet, I have a show later. And she goes, maybe smoke cigar will make you feel better. So even my wife thinks smoking cigar is going to make me feel better. That's weird. That's almost weird to hear that out of my wife's mouth. She's like, yeah, maybe smoke cigar is going to make you feel better. Go try it. Yeah, I was like, okay. Okay, sure, why not? So it seems that White House has been taking action to pressure the FDA to kind of make some sort of exception for the premium cigars. It's great because, yeah, I mean, premium cigars are also an American industry, right? We have plenty of American companies. Granted, the materials from Nicaraguan, Dominican, whatever, it's still American cigar companies, and those rules got to destroy the American industry. It's gonna make things more expensive. It's gonna make people lose their job. We've seen a lot of cigar company. Well, maybe not a lot. 3 or 4 cigar companies being sold to another cigar company, right? In the recent few months. like the recent few months. So now the CBD, I tried to apply some CBD ointment. It does not work at all. See, the CBD cream does take away pain, but it doesn't take away strain. Like it's the nerve that's in there that's pain every time it gets pulled or pinched from specific movement. So that does not work out, and probably eating that is gonna make me vomit. Right. So it seems like they try to protect that, and with all the company, I'm pretty sure if they retract that rule, it's just like we're not gonna follow the Obama era rule on cigar and stuff like that. We just gotta go with the old thing. We don't care so long as you sell it to the right age and pay tax. And I think a lot of cigar companies actually gotta hate that. They're like, what? I just sold my company and now I had to, that might happen. That might happen. It's not stress though. This is not stress induced. This is definitely a bad posture. Definitely bad posture. I actually bought new pillows because I destroy pillows. I'm not even kidding. I don't care what memory foam you have. I make that thing flat. I sleep head heavy. If I sleep on any pillow, that pillow can be this thick. By the morning, this thick. All direction. It doesn't matter what pillow I sleep on. I destroy the pillow. My average spend time to change a pillow is about 4 months. I had to change a new pillow every 4 months because I destroyed them. It could be feathered. I can sleep on that feather so heavily the next day when you take away the pillowcase, you see feather outside. I sleep very hard on it. So I bought new pillows just temporarily so it supports my neck for now. And hopefully, I feel better, and then I can go back to normal pillows. But like right now, neck is killing me. It's really taking away my focus. I feel dizzy once in a while. I feel nauseous, not nauseous, but dizzy. I feel lack of concentration. I feel like the pain here and there. So I've been resting a lot for sure. Didn't pay too much information on news. Of course, we already know what the news is. American coup happened at war, but no war. Okay, no war. And China is kind of like backing off a little bit. Taiwan is having an election in 3 days. And America, my pillow is probably the worst pillow I've tried in my lifetime. My pillow is the worst pillow I've tried in my lifetime. Oh, which company had the worst salesperson for pillows? What is that company called? Hold on a second. Let me double check on that. Purple bed or something like that. Hold on a second. Casper has the worst salesperson ever. Now, if your head sleep as heavy as I do on the pillow, my pillow doesn't do crap on my head. It literally just, I might as well sleep flat. All right. So it was worst pillow. My wife sleeps very light and she hates my pillow too. I bought my pillow and it was horrible. We cannot. We cannot. So I went to Casper's store. Now it's normal for me to go into a store that I know nothing about the product except the product itself. So my pillow, I killed it in 1 month. Yeah, my pillow doesn't do any good. So I went to the store. I was like, so yeah, why don't you tell me what your store is about? Why the store is different from other sleeping bed pillow stores? And the salesperson said this. What about sleep? I was like, sure, but like, what are you different? And he says, yeah, we're different because we're about sleep. And all the other places is not about sleep. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Which other bed store isn't selling you something to sleep on? They are all about sleep. At that point, that person's credibility went from 1 to 0. Okay, 1 to 0. I was like, which company isn't about sleep? Like, who the hell trained you? Who the hell trained you? Shouldn't you tell me how good your pillow is, or how much better your bed is, and how the technology is slightly different than others? You tell me you're about sleep and you are nothing but sleep. I was like, well, you can go back to sleep now. That's why you guys don't sell anything. So yeah, it's hard for me to buy the right thing to sleep on because I constantly change. I went from, could you try and make your own pillow? I do that. Now, in Japan, if you ever had neck problems, if you have never have a neck problem, you go to this really famous, hey Andrew, you go to this really famous doctor for neck sleeping issues. This is what they do. They stack towels, bath towels. Stack the bath towels until you feel the right height. Bath towel doesn't compress that much, and they give support. So when you have enough bath towel, that's like having a pillow that's just the right height, just the right firmness. So they stack bath towels. Now here's the thing. I don't have that many bath towels. We only have like what, 7 or 8 bath towels at home. So I use one. So I will sleep on a one of those memory foam curve thing, and I'll use the bath towel to adjust the firmness at night. Just sleep in a few bottles of soy sauce. You mean sipped in a few? Sipped in a few? But yes. Oh, by the way, welcome to second year of Shadow Smoke Legion. Officially now, second year. So yeah, sleeping is very important, but I don't sleep that much because when I sleep, I destroy the bed or I destroy the pillow. Right? There's a reason why I use sleep members. Sleep member bed is good for me because all the other normal bed, I make it sag like no tomorrow. I don't know if you guys buy normal beds and the inner spring beds. It sags after a certain amount of time. For me, it sags within 2 months. Now you gotta say, well, there's warranties, they will come and swap it. No, they come in with a ruler and measure the sagging part of it and see how much it dipped down. And within a certain distance, they say it's normal. It's normal wear and tear. It's supposed to sag a little bit. Doesn't matter if it's uneven sag. It's like, yeah. So they are okay with that. So after switch to like 3 or 4 beds that they say this 10-year warranty, I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. Would it be cheaper to buy towels than a new pillows? No. Well, yes and no. Now, that depends what towel you buy. I mean, I buy towels that are like $70 each, or $50 each, or even cheaper is like $30 each. And they, if you have to stack 5 times, that's $150. That's $150. And one bad thing about using the towel is they really absorb your sweat and everything. You have to wash it more often. When they wash it, it's another 2-hour cycle and stuff like that. It's not like a bed that kind of airs in. Towel doesn't. So that's why I didn't go with that, because with the pillows, when you want to sit up, you can kind of just adjust your pillow, fold it up, beat it in a way so that you can actually sit on it. Or put your back on it so that you can read or whatever. With towels, you can't. The towels just, you can't do anything with it. You take it up, it's no longer doable for me. So I still need pillows. That's why I have pillows and towels to combination so that I can sleep at night. But I can tell you, majority of the time I fall asleep on the table. So actually having pillows or whatever doesn't work. That's why I have pillows right here, and I have pillows like right here. Now, in case I had to go, it does happen. Asian don't sleep. Who needs sleep? I only really sleep well when I'm not feeling well. When I've tried to recover from something, I was like, oh, I give up. I would just go to sleep. That kind of stuff. And I'll sleep early, but now I wake up early. So it's kind of like, what am I supposed to do now? I had to wake up early. Then might as well don't sleep kind of thing, So yeah, sleep is a big thing, and I don't know how much this nauseousness is gonna affect me smoking cigars. That's why I'm playing safe. Get a really light cigar. Now, if you don't know this cigar's light, this cigar's light. This cigar's like a sweeter floral Connecticut. Definitely worth the money to keep some. I wouldn't tell you that if you smoke normally like medium cigars, you smoke this because it will be too light. But for me, for flavor wise, this is a really good flavor light cigar. Really good flavor light cigar. It's got a little bit of what you will look for in a medium body cigar, but it's not bodied. It's almost like nothing. But yeah, smoking something like this, lighter, is my only option right now. I don't really want to get sick right now, because last thing is you want to get sick and cannot have a good rest as well. And I think that's one of the things that, as a cigar smoker, you kind of have to consider. You can't just have all the same strength cigars. Doesn't work that well. All of us have, days that we don't feel that well. Days that we really want to beat ourselves up. And I'm not saying in a bad way. There are one day you come home so happy, you're like, I want a cigar that really beats me up. Woo! There are some times you're like that. You just had to go get a tabernacle and beat yourself up, or a late hours and beat yourself up with it. But then really enjoyed it with a really nice cup of whiskey, right? So you gotta have some of those strong cigars, and you gotta have your usual medium plus cigar, because those are just the spot, like right there. And then you have to have those Connecticut cigars that you really don't go to all that often. You'll see it all the time. You're like, these are my nice Connecticut wrapper cigars, but you don't really smoke them. You smoke them once in a blue moon. Right? And when you're sick, or when you're kind of recovering from sick, almost back to normal, you need those Connecticut cigars. Sometimes you have those Connecticut shade cigars, which is just a tad stronger in flavor, right? You have those, and then you have the kind of borderline nothingness cigars. All right, D. Gordo. You need a variety of cigars. This is why I tell some of those people, is you buy bundle cigars. Totally fine. If you enjoy bundle cigars, why not? 20 cigars for $50, $60. That's great. I mean, that's a easy way to always have something. And then as you go. Thing about premium cigar is that each one are different but the same, and they're the same. They're cigar. They have flavor. That's the same part. How good are the flavor and how much price you're willing to pay for is the different part, right? That's the only difference. And sizes, of course, sizes are different too. You can have the same cigar, two different sizes, and all of a sudden they are different, right? One good example, Liga number 9, the Toro version and the Robusto version are very different. They're very, very different. The complexity is very different, right? Something like a box press, automatically lighter by a tad, like a little bit. Probably missing a half leaf worth of taste. Those bundle cigars are really, and even box press, are really good for the morning when you don't have anything to eat or some little thing to eat. Enough for you to go, all right, I'm ready for the day. I might not be able to smoke today, so I'm going to smoke a light one. And, if I do get a chance to smoke today, I'll smoke a medium. Totally fine, right? And there are some of the light ones, for me, for example, Davidoff's, I smoke it. If I smoke something and I still I got some more time and I didn't feel like that cigar has complete my nightly needs, like I didn't feel fulfilled, then I'll smoke another Connecticut, something really light. I don't always have to be one cigar does it all. Yeah, can you just smoke only one cigar and absolutely one cigar forever? You could. I mean, there are people that does that. They literally went to mass buy this one cigar they love forever, as if that cigar is gonna get discontinued tomorrow. For example, JFK. JFK pretty much bought every single H. Upmann that he can find in the Epicure or the petite size. Every single one that he can find before he signed the no Cuban, right? He bought every single one of them that he can find. So there are people that like that. I can't get any more. I'm gonna get a bunch of those, bunch of it. But I know some people smoke bundle cigar not because they were cheap, because they were fast. Not everybody have an hour and some hours to be able to smoke every single morning, right? When you do a bundle cigar in the Robusto size, you are pretty much done by 35 minutes, 45 minutes. 35 minutes, 45. Why? Because they're short filler. They burn much faster. Much faster. So a lot of people use bundle cigar as a short smoke. And you get the same flavor almost, but you get shorter smoke. What are the good examples? Those like really cigarillo size cigars that we get for like Liga No. 9. Had Liga No. 9 make that small ones into the bigger size, that will be a quick smoke for Liga No. 9. And you'll have the same flavor. It's the same leaf. Essentially, they're the same leaves. The only bad part about having a Fuma, having a short filler, is that they're not even. The flavor is not even because they don't stack them. When you roll a cigar, you stack leaf on top of leaf on top of leaf with a specific arrangement so that it tastes certain way when it burn, right? Changing that arrangement changes the flavor. But when you do short fillers, they are like crunched up together and then holding into a paper poop. Literally looks like a paper poop, right? Lack of better word, really. Like here, like it would look like. It just look like that, right? Paper poop. And then they put it in there and they roll it up. That's literally what it is. So there's no say that there's more specific kind of leaf here than a specific type of leaf here, right? So two ends, they are kind of different. So sometimes you're like, oh, I'm looking for this flavor, but all here, the beginning of the cigar only have one flavor than the other. That's the only problem. That's why some people say, oh, well, the bundle cigar or the short filler version of that same cigar is really not as good as the original because it's less complex. But it's the same stuff in there, just not evenly distributed. And because they're not evenly distributed, they don't taste the same. So when it comes to whether or not one is superior than another, I really don't feel there is a big difference. I mean, for example, I smoke Camachos. Would I buy the Scorpion Camacho bundle cigar? I would. I mean, they probably taste very close to each other, unless you can really tell the sequence that you should be taste certain things. A lot of time when I smoke cigar, I'm only tasting what I'm tasting at that moment. I don't chase for that taste. For example, if I smoked one yesterday, and I can taste 3 flavor in the first 5 minutes, I wouldn't expect the next cigar that I smoke the same to have that first 3 minutes exactly the same. You can't because it's man-made product, right? And like not even the same restaurant can always give you the same taste because it's man-made, right? So you cannot expect the same. But because you can't expect the same, there is not too much difference between a short filler and a premium long filler. Premium long filler does burn a little longer. Premium long filler does hold its ash better. It holds the fire better. It holds the smoke better. It's literally more of like a better word, integrity to that flavor, the burn, the taste, right? But taste is the same. Almost like Coca-Cola and a Stop and Shop cola, I guess. That's probably a bad example. But it's essentially the same. The recipe could be the same, but different because the quality of it. Because what is put in there. You can have a plastic bottle, and you can have a metal bottle the same size. They will do essentially the same stuff, but they're not the same because the metal bottle is gonna last you longer, and plastic bottle won't. Right? Small difference over there. So if you can find a cigar at a bundle price that tastes the same, why not? Why not? Bundle cigar is actually pretty good. It has its use. I wouldn't recommend a bundle cigar while you're like chatting with friends and expecting to spend 2 hours because you have to smoke 2 or 3 while they smoke 1. Because it just burns that much faster. Now, I think that's one of those etiquette stuff. When you sit down with your friend, lit up a cigar, you kind of expect to have the same length, same time, same duration for your enjoyment. But when someone is having a Robusto that burns for 1 hour and 15 and your Robusto burns for 45, you have to lit up another cigar which extends your time 45 times 2 versus 1 hour and 15 minutes, which is 45 times 2 is longer. You kind of like stuck in this. Am I done with the conversation and leave today now? Or should I lit up another one? Or give up that little small pot? You kind of get that little difference. That's aside from, using, like you smoking a Robusto, I smoking a Toro. Because if I'm smoking a Toro, I could give up that last little bit on a Toro. But when you lit up another cigar, it's kind of different story. Do you guys ever run into this kind of problem before? While you go out and chat with your friend, you both lit up the cigar at the same time. The other guy is totally done with the cigar. You're not done. And he had to come to the choice between light up another one or just sit and chat, continues his drink. Any problem like that? Now, sometime for me, when that happens, I try to buy time by going out there and grab another drink. Waiting for the drink, I don't have to light up another one. But by the time the drink comes and he's done with his cigar, he can choose number 1 to light up another one, which I will lit up another one, or he can choose not lighting it up. I will just finish my drink and call it a day. People do smoke differently, but I'm talking about like a significant time difference. We're talking about half an hour plus difference. Half an hour plus difference. And that makes a difference when it comes to a conversation, endpoint, how you are finishing your conversation, if you have a time restraint, different things like that. It does change. I mean, when you sit down, you're committing that hour for your cigar. And short fillers tend to not meet that hour. Even if you smoke slowly, it tends to not meet that hour. Right? So, even if you smoke the same size cigar, short filler is gonna have that few minutes to kill, or few minute difference there. I noticed that when I smoke a Robusto and if my friend is smoking a Toro, I can choose to smoke slower, and I'll probably catch up around the same time. By the time I'm done, he's probably between 5 to 10 minutes in at most. 5 to 10 minutes left at most. So if I just take my time to finish my drink, the conversation will be done there, the time will be the same. But when you smoke a short filler, the time gap usually is different. Finish the knob. I usually don't finish the knob. That's the thing. I usually don't finish it. I really don't think finish the knob is, I guess, is a respect to the cigars. It is 100% cigar. You can smoke until there's nothing left. But what I believe is that last little bit is actually my filter. That last little bit is my filter. I don't want to smoke whatever that's filtered into my body. That's why I don't smoke the thing. Well, at least not often. I mean, there are a few cigars where I will smoke until there's one finger width left. But most of the cigars, 2 or 3 fingers left is actually acceptable to me. You know, it depends on how you utilize time. I mean, when you're smoking a cigar, that time is what you set aside for yourself. And if the cigar didn't meet the time, it kind of disappoints me, right? If I have 1 hour and the cigar lasts me 15 minutes, that disappoints me. This is why I have these that last me like 15-20 minutes. Because if I set a time for 1 hour, I want it to be there for the hour, right? I want to smoke for the hour. But if the cigar prematurely is done, then what am I supposed to do after that? Just sit there. Just sit there and do nothing. Can't do that. One of the hardest thing to judge is when you're smoking an American cigar and your friend over there is smoking a Cuban cigar. Now, Cuban cigar has a very different way to describe their sizes. They're usually by number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, or really weird names. They rarely use Robusto or Connecticut or something like that. If they use it, will be like a weird name like half Robusto, double Corona, that kind of stuff. It's kind of because they're always odd size. They're either too skinny or too thick, or too long or too short. They're always in that range of thing. I noticed that majority of the Cuban cigars are skinnier, thinner, less engaged than American cigars. Even if both are Robustos. Even if both are Robustos, the Cuban ones are usually thinner. Do you guys notice that? Bob would not be able to smoke the woody in 45 minutes. In fact, if he smoked that in 45 minutes, it's because he's down on the ground and cannot get up anymore. The whole world is spinning while he's down on the ground, stationary. That's the only way. No one can smoke the woody in 45 minutes. No one. No one. And when we get there, we'll really test out his ventilation system. 2 people smoking a woody, it's like starting a fire. Smoking cigar is such a, in a way, art. Because there's so many to take care of. So many things that you would think that matters to when you're smoking. The mood, the location, the companion, the type of cigar you have, the draw, the burn, right? The construction. All that matters. None of that matters when you're smoking a cigarette. You can smoke cigarette anywhere. I'm talking about anywhere. You'll find a way to smoke it. You don't care the location. So long as you're not in front of your boss, you're smoking. Right? You don't care the smell. You don't care the burn. You don't care, there's nothing to care. But cigar, there is something there. Right? You're pairing. Right? What are you using what is the weather today? How is your mood today? All that factors in what cigar you smoke and what's the enjoyment level of that smoke. Right? In comparison, cigarette, 5 minutes down, you're done. Not even 5 minutes. I think I can smoke a cigarette in 2 minutes. But cigar, there's a beginning and there's an end. And it tells a story every time that beginning and end ends, right? You're doing something productive while you're doing that. You're relaxing. You're thinking about something. You're chatting with somebody. You're enjoying a drink. Smoking cigar is an art. There is a lot of small pieces that you could potentially don't care about any of them, right? Potentially you don't have to worry about what's today's weather. You don't care. All right, fine. What's your mood? You're just in an mood. You don't give a shit today. Okay. What cigars in your pocket? You just randomly draw it. Who's with you? You don't care. Yeah, work. But while you're smoking that, something is going on in your mind. Right? You're thinking about something. You're planning something. You're not just smoking for the sake of smoking. It's an art, right? You're thinking of something. You might be planning your next big thing. You might be thinking about what bothers you today. You might be chatting with a friend. You might be thinking about the next thing you want to buy. You might be thinking about the chores that you don't want to do while this hour is yours. It's always something. Nobody ever smoked a cigar with a blank mind. I don't think I've ever done that. Like smoke a cigar just for the sake of smoking and then not think about anything. When I smoke a cigarette, I could literally don't think about anything. I just like because nicotine, so let's go smoke kind of thing. It's not you can smoke on your own. You can hide a place to smoke. You know, there are people that hide inside an airplane to smoke before. You know, they just need to smoke. There's no reason. For cigars, you get that time to plan. You know, next big thing. You know, think about life. Think about science. Think about kids. Think about family. Think about friends. Cigar is that. Cigar can evoke a brand new conversation. Cigar can also keep people away from you too. Like imagine if you had you're in a place where they allow smoking. Okay, the precursor will be allow smoking, right? And some really annoying person just come to talk to you and they just won't stop. For example, your mother-in-law or your aunt or your sister-in-law or that little brat from door next door or something like that. To just get them off, just start smoking. They will walk away. They're like, you shouldn't be smoking. You're like, oh, walk away. They will walk away. They'll walk away. I do know people will tolerate cigarette though. When you're smoking cigarette, they will still bitch at you. But when you're smoking cigar, they know to walk away. Or change the topic to something that is more mellow. It's like magic. It's like magic. Okay? Cigar just have one of those things. Now, one thing I always wonder is people who have cigar as hobby eventually stop doing cigar as hobby. I don't know if you guys ever quit this hobby before. Like, you know, I smoked cigar for like 3 months and then I stopped, and all of a sudden I picked back up again. Something like that. And I don't. It's not like I don't understand it, but I feel like I would like to understand what are the reasons that made them stop. Alright? It's not obviously it's not a health reason because you knew that, you know, the consequences of smoking to start with, right? And I really don't feel like there's any complication in terms of being sick, smoking, and all that stuff. So that's not gonna be health reason. Only other reason I think will be a financial reason, financial standpoint. Like, okay, cigar is expensive. I need money, so I can't really do that. That's the only reason that I can think of. And there are some people that just say, I just don't want to do it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore. Which is, I feel like it's kind of like, I will stop because I didn't have enough time. That's a good one, Martin. And I think that's a problem with life today. Life today. Now, what I mean by that is people forget to give themselves that time. 24 hours a day. 1 hour of your life. When you feel that you cannot even give your 1 hour of your life to yourself, isn't that a little bit extreme? Is that too much to ask yourself for 1 hour a day? You know? Because that's the time you give yourself. Right? You give yourself. I know there's a lot of things to do. People have a busy schedule, but 1 hour of your day, 1 hour less sleep maybe, or maybe even shorter smoke, half an hour of your day. Would that be too much to ask for yourself? Half an hour, 1 hour. I would think that's not too much time to give yourself. To relax, to think, to plan. What do you think, Martin? Time is a constant. You only have so much. You just don't know how much you have. One cigar every 3 months when you start it. Okay, that's still better than nothing, I guess. I feel like everybody needs to give themselves some time away from the busy style, because that's how you get stressed. If you can't even give yourself time, that's how you build stress. Because now, one day you gotta ask yourself, what did I do to myself for myself lately? Other than working, go home, sleep, eating, what else did I give myself? I can't even give myself 1 hour of my day. Can I wake up 1 hour earlier? Can I give myself 45 minutes maybe? When you think about that, it's actually not too much. Because 24 hours a day, whatever you didn't finish today, you got tomorrow. You got tomorrow. I think that people are so busy, they forget to give themselves time. You know, one of the things that I really don't like, and my wife constantly tells me that it's because college has taught people that it's okay, is that people made a plan. For example, I want to go out with you Saturday. We planned like 3 months ahead. The day off, you changed. You say something came up. Something came out, so I can't go. But now, let's set aside the real important stuff. Like the real important, absolutely, there's no way to get rid of. For example, right, one of the common excuses, my aunt is sick, my mom's sick, my grandmother died, or something like that. And people always have, all right, good night. People always have that kind of excuse, okay? You know, somebody hurt, whatever. But a lot of times I find out that, you know, hey, your grandmother just died like 3 months ago. Something like that. Something like, it's easy to pick out lies kind of thing. I can't handle those. I just don't like, it's like, hey, if you set time, if you make a schedule, you arrange a appointment, why will you put something over that? Like, why will you put the times, like, whatever you need to do over what you plan? Now, the point to plan is so that you don't put anything over that. Now, the reason my wife said it's one of the things that people learn in college is because when you're in college, you invite somebody to do over, they will say, okay, we'll see. And then, like, the day before, day after, they will, like, you know, look for something that's even more exciting than whatever they plan with you. All right? They will look for whatever that's better and go do that instead. They will. That's how it is in college. They will find whatever that's more exciting to do and then just cancel yours. If they can, then yeah, they will go with you. But if they find whatever that's more exciting than what you're doing right now, sorry, you know, something came up. I really can't go today. We'll go next time. That happens all the time. I just don't. When I make a schedule, I try to follow through it. I think the only time that I broke a schedule, which I usually tell them 2 or 3 days before, not like the day of. I tend to get response on the day of, hey, come here, I'm over here. Oh yeah, I can't make it. I usually tell people hours before. It's usually like my client says, hey, you need to travel tomorrow. We need you right now. So okay, work. I can't really help it. I have to travel. But like, and even that is like days ahead. Like I tell people, days ahead. I just can't help it when it's day off. You know, give yourself that time. When you arranged it, when you put together, here's a schedule, boom, do that. That's what I do. So yeah, cigars. It's an art. Time to enjoy yourself. Really need to give yourself that time, right? Variety of cigars is very important because it will fit your time, schedule, place, mood, health requirement, all that stuff. You need to have variety. Next thing, ask about friend about cigars. Now, I know a few of you actually like the 30-second cigar review. I just, you know, I've been taking the time to rest whenever I can to do my next, so I don't have time to put it together. But I can totally understand. Now, here's the thing. A lot of information about cigars out there. Okay, the Google University have every information that you want to know about a cigar before the cigar even came out. before the cigar even came out. So the information that we technically need is how do you enjoy the cigar? Did you enjoy the cigar? Did you like the cigar? Like, put it in your comment. What is the 3 essential things that you absolutely need to know about a cigar? Like, when you get a cigar, what is the 3 things that you absolutely need to know? Absolutely need to know. And I'll tell you the 3 things that I absolutely need to know. 3 things that you absolutely need to know about a cigar. Now, for me, the 3 things I absolutely need to know about a cigar before I smoke it. 1. Did the person smoked it, enjoyed it? 2. How much is it? 3. Where can I find it? That's the 3 things that I need to know. That's the 3 things. Yeah, a lot of review, you gotta see like an hour review, 2-hour review about cigar. They tell you everything, every note, every section about the cigars. But all that don't matter if you don't enjoy it. All that don't matter if you don't enjoy it. Right? This thing could be made out of 24 karat gold. Tastes like Membear pig and with the construction of the Hulk. But that doesn't matter if you don't enjoy it. Right? This thing could be the absolutely best cigar in the world. All that don't matter if this cigar costs $5 million to buy. This cigar could be very affordable at $4 a piece. Very enjoyable. But you cannot find them. All that don't matter anymore. All that don't matter anymore. That's the 3 things that I need to know. And that's the 3 things I tend to put on the 30-second review. I mean, when I ask myself what information to put on there is what flavor that I kind of enjoy or what flavor I kind of did not enjoy on this cigar. That kind of counts towards whether or not I enjoyed it. How much it isn't reasonable, or is it like, oh my god, like why are you buying this? Or, and last part is, can you still find it? Can you still find it? If you can't find it, it's very hard to find it, or can't find it. That's the 3 things that I really think that matters. Because before you smoke it, you do not know whether or not you like it. That's the truth. Somebody might enjoy it. For example, there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that might enjoy Gurkha cigar. But until I smoked it, I didn't know I didn't like it. Right? Until I smoked it, I don't know if I don't like it. Now, if I don't like a cigar, it doesn't matter if it costs $1. It doesn't matter if it's all over the place. Like if I go out there, there'll be one on the ground. You know, because Chapin pumped it all the way from his house to my front door. That wouldn't matter, because I didn't enjoy it. If I enjoyed it, if I can't afford it, kind of defeat the purpose too, because I won't be able to buy it even if I can find it. The strength. The problem with the strength is it varies. When the enjoyment is good, I think, yeah, the strength is very important. But I don't think it's important enough for me to not try a cigar. Right? If a cigar is enjoyable, I will try it even if it's strong. I might not finish it, but I will still try it. Right? If it's enjoyable cigar, affordable price, and I can find it, even if the string is strong, I will still try it. Like if I go to a store and the store owner says that cigar is gonna knock you on your ass, I will still like, okay, I'll give it a try. Right? You will still try it. If that cigar says, oh, it's very enjoyable, but it's very light, you'll still try it. You'll still try it. So the strength is not in the most three important things that I would consider to be that like make or break kind of information. You know, I think everybody should try it. Because when it comes to strength, right? Some people might tell you the strength is put you on your butt right away. It could be because the person smoked too fast, too slow. Then at that point, well, oh, this cigar's too light, I don't feel anything. So too light, too fast, too slow might change the value of that strength. Are there cigars you only smoke in China or other places I have traveled? That's a good question. When I travel, unfortunately, I smoke Davidoff. Why? Well, if I bring it with me, then that's a different story. I will bring variety of cigars with me. Like, say, for example, if I'm going to cruise, I will bring variety of cigar with me. But if I go to places that has lounge, and I can tell you there is pretty much Davidoff cigar lounge pretty much every country I go to. So I tend to just smoke Davidoff because I know that if I don't have enough, I got more. Right? So I tend to smoke in the Davidoff lounge or Casa de Habano and you know, pick a Davidoff, or if they don't have a Davidoff, I'll pick a H. Upmann. Only because I know those are safe. Would I bring some other cigar I have never tried before back to smoke? I will. But I wouldn't smoke it there. Like, I wouldn't pick a cigar I have never smoked before to smoke in the lounge. Because at that point, when I'm in the lounge, I'm already overseas, I'm tired, I just want to enjoy myself. So I want to get something that I absolutely know that I'm going to enjoy. I got to have a good conversation, I got to enjoy it, and I can find them if I need more. But when I pick up a few cigars I've never seen before, or new releases or whatnot, to take home with me, I will. I will. Here's the thing though. There isn't that many new release cigars for Cubans. There isn't. Right? Every year you might get the 20th anniversary or like a year of the rat, that kind of stuff. But there isn't a lot. There isn't a lot. So the Cuban cigar pamphlet, I mean the whole entire catalog, isn't that big. In fact, it shrunk. Last year, it shrunk. Alright? There's even less choice in Cuban cigars. So, when you put all that together, when you put all that information together, it's actually much beneficial if you just smoke something that you already know. Something that you already enjoy. Something that you can find right there. And enjoy the cigar that you never tried before at the comfort of your own home. Or when you bring it back, because you're already out there, you really don't want to waste your day or time, 1 hour overseas to try a cigar that you might not enjoy. So that's me. I like to be able to enjoy when I go overseas. And like I said, the catalog isn't that big. It's just right, very few cigars to be choose. Or you know, Cohiba, you know, Trinidad, H. Upmann, Monte Cristo, you know, that typical Cuban stuff doesn't really change all that much. In fact, the thing that changed the most is probably like the U.S. Boutique cigars. Those change quite a bit. Have a good night, Andrew. Right, so those change more. So I will be prone to try those more. Right, I'll be prone to try those more. But when I'm overseas, I try the things that I know is good. I will buy the thing I never tried before back. Right? So I don't be like, oh, I traveled all this way, I finally got time to relax and I tried this cigar and it absolutely sucked. That I don't want to do. Right? I could spend that time at home. It's like, this thing absolutely sucked. I got 2 more hours. Let's do it. Makes more sense to me. Makes absolutely more sense to me. Yeah. So like I say, there's not that much to discover in the Cuban cigar world. Right? There isn't that much. They're not trying to make things that intrigues you. They think that it's Cuban cigar, it will sell itself. I don't have to come up with all kind of weird stuff just to make that happen. Hey, Brendan! Right? I don't have to change the blend. I don't have to come up with the next greatest thing for you to buy them because they're Cuban. And that's pretty much sold the rest of the world except America. Right? So you can find the same thing everywhere other than America. And America is the opposite, right? The opposite, where everything is new every year, right? There's always new things, new cigar being released, new sizes being released, new blend being released, right? It became fun to try them. It became fun to try. I gotta put it out there though. Now that Sharon mentioned it, if you watch this show, there's only one real cigar mechanic that sells cigar and is really a mechanic. Right? There is only one. Don't like it, sue me. I don't care. But there is only one cigar mechanic who reps cigar brands and is a real mechanic. So, if your cigar mechanic doesn't hold a wrench, it ain't a mechanic. In fact, I'll call that false advertising. Right? If whatever cigar mechanic you're talking about doesn't fix my car, false advertising. Alright, back to whatever we're talking about. So yeah. Have tried them. Tried majority of the new things. I don't think anybody should be tied down to Cuban cigar. I don't think anybody should be tied down to Cuban cigar because there isn't. I don't think anybody should be tied down to Cuban cigar because there's so many things to try. The boutique cigar world is such a wide spectrum. You know, if you didn't like their cigar this year, next year they might come out the next best thing. I did not like Casa Cueva, Connecticut. I love Casa Cueva's Reserva Natural. Okay. Now, if you ask me, any box of Cuban cigar at the same price as Casa Cueva Reserva Natural, which one would I buy today? I'll tell you I'll buy Casa Cueva Reserva. And that's no lie because I just bought a box. And because I bought a box, a lot of people didn't get to. But it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Alright? And you gotta ask me why. It's because I enjoy that blend. Because I don't know when that Casa Cueva's Reserva Natural is ever gonna go discontinued. I don't know. I need to have a few boxes in the house. But I know those Cuban cigars will still be there whenever I travel. It's gonna be there. Right? Whenever I travel, doesn't matter which country, Canada, Mexico, any country outside the U.S. border, I will be able to find those cigars. Would I be able to find Casa Cuevas? No. Okay? So in that case, the American boutique cigar is actually more rare. You think Cuban cigars are rare? No. It's the other way around. Majority of the country actually don't carry those boutique brands. Right? Majority of the other countries that you're out there, you are unable to find any of those brands, boutique brands. You're not gonna be able to find them. So in turn, if you think about rarity, you guys in the US are lucky. You guys get the rarest stuff with options to get other stuff. Right? If you're in China, you'll be good luck trying to buy cigars outside of China and ship it to China. Right? I know people that flew all the way from China to the US, bought a bunch of Nicaraguan cigars, fly back it, $10,000 at a time. Why? Because they cannot even find one in China. right? In the US, there are ways to get your Cuban cigars. But outside that, good luck. Really, good luck. So I think we're actually in better condition than any other country. You think that all the other countries are Cubans, oh my god. But the truth is that we're actually the lucky one because we were able to get both. Not the best way to get them, but we can get them. Right? We're actually technically more cigar friendly than any other country, to be honest with you. Right? You can smoke a Cuban if you want to try it. There's a way to get it. There's got to be more than one people that you know that have it. You can get a boutique brand. You can get an American brand. You can get a J.C. Newman, all that stuff. Can't do that in China. I smoke and Joe's Cigar Lounge. I will get there around 6. It will be poker and Casa Cuevas. Make sure to get there. I can't be there, but I'll be there in spirit. So yeah, life is just that funny. When you think the other side is better, the other side of the grass is greener. If you think about it, here is better. Here is better. I just wish really White House would really press on this. Is you guys need to make a separate line that excludes premium cigar completely from the law. That would be great. That would be great. Have a separate set of rules that makes sense. Totally separate set of rules that makes sense. I think people will be agree with that. I don't think the cigar industry is saying that let's have 0 rules about cigars. I don't think that's what. Brendan, you received your coin, right? Brendan talked about Casa Cueva's family and stuff. I never really had a good chance to talk to them, so I don't know them that well. Hopefully one day I get to talk to one of the owners and stuff like that, so we can have some question answered. But last time that didn't happen. But in the future, well, I'm pretty sure Brendan will set it up. Somehow we can ask some serious questions. So. Casa Cueva is good. I think they did a good job. End of last year, releasing the Reserva line was the best choice they ever made. Alright? Aside from choosing Cigar Mechanic, the real Cigar Mechanic as their rep. I mean, I think that actually allowed them to explode. So that was probably one of the early good decisions they made, and then releasing the Reserva is another good thing they made. That just means that the families are listening and making choices that's smart. So props to them, making smart choices is good. I really think that any brand that did not contract with Cigar Mechanic is their loss. It's their loss. Not because they couldn't get any other rep. They could get any rep they want. In fact, they can rep themselves. Right? But having someone so eager to tell you about cigars and that smoke 8-9 cigars a day to sell your cigars, to help you promote your cigars, a totally different story. It's like when you go into a car store and met someone that's actually enthusiastic about the car they sell. You will more likely want to buy that car than having someone says, what are you looking for? Well, if I knew, I wouldn't have to ask you, do I? Right? So if you think about that. Oh. Well, Cigar Mechanic didn't tell me about that. So yeah. If you're watching this video for any other reason, for whatever reason that you just jumped in here and skipped to 1 hour 25 minutes for no reason, know that your brand will be in good hand if you got Brendan. the cigar mechanic, the real, only cigar mechanic, all right, to rep your cigar brand. I'm really serious. If you give them freedom to rep your brand, you'll get good result. One of those things about having someone to rep your brand is to give them so many restrictions that there's no room for anything. If there's no room for anything, why do you need other people to rep them? Just put the rule out there. People buy your cigar. Good luck. Good luck. And if you're too proud of your brand, another problem too. Don't be too proud of your brand. Be proud that you have clients, not your brand. Okay? Because if no clients, your brand means nothing. All right. If you don't know your client, if your client isn't hyped and enthusiastic about your brand, you're just another cigar. You're just another cigar. Right? Anybody can buy cigar anywhere. It could be cigar any other thing. In fact, if you have client that loves your brand, your cigar can taste like shit and people will buy it. All right? Your cigar can taste like ketchup. People will buy it. Why? Because we trust the brand. We love the brand. It has to be that brand. It has to be that brand. Alright? I'm enthusiastic about Davidoff. For many years, I've been buying a lot of Davidoff. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm crazy about Davidoff. I'll buy just so long as there's a band that says Davidoff on it. I'll give it a try. And when I give it a try, I don't try one. I try a box. Well, unfortunately, they kind of lost my trust a little bit. So I'm buying less. But I've never really had problem with something that cigar mechanic reps. And I'm very honest about it too. Like I will try a cigar. If I don't like it, I tell him I don't like it. But being someone that's enthusiastic about cigar, Brendan will be like, oh, you don't like it? That's fine. Have this one instead. Here's different one that you can try. That is the key, though. That is the key. The rep cannot just sell a cigar. The rep has to sell a cigar that you want. The rep has to know what you want. Like if you go to a car dealer, try to buy a truck, and they try to sell you a race car, right? And then if you don't like the race car, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. That's what we have. You will never go to that brand again. Right? But if you go in there and say, hey, this race car is really not for me. And the rep says, hey, I totally understand. It's not for everybody. Try this truck instead. I'll probably buy that truck too. And that's something that only the cigar mechanic can offer. He is that enthusiastic. If I'm hanging out with a cigar mechanic and someone is wandering in the humidor, Brendan is like a ninja. He's gone. And look over. He's in there. And he's not out there until this guy comes out with something that he might like. That's the key. That's how you do it. Because if you're there, you're searching for something that you want. And if your salesperson give up on you, right? You don't want someone that will give up on you. And with that many brands out there, there's got to be one that you like. Or at least want to try. Cigar mechanic can do it. No doubt about that. I mean, cigar mechanic has been doing this for a few years now. And I think anybody who met him will say the same thing about him. No question about that. I don't think there's any part. And I'm not trying to, be a brown nose and just, promote cigar mechanic, because there is no. I don't get paid. What am I getting? I don't get paid. In fact, this whole channel is not paid, right? I have no reason to tell you something that is not true. I mean, I'm just telling you because I really feel like that. I tell you exactly how I feel. If something's shit, I tell you all day long that thing's shit. But one thing I think that Brendan has is that he doesn't give up. He will keep trying until you find something that you like. And if you like something, he will try hard to make sure that you can get them. I know because I bother him all the time. Somebody's trying to find a cigar. Brendan! Somebody can't find a cigar. Brendan! Somebody ran out of stock. Brendan! And he will get on it. He'll get on it. So speak from the heart. Speak from the heart. I can only imagine how 2020 is gonna be like for Brendan. It's gotta be a busy one. It's gotta be a busy one for sure. Alright. It's gotta be a busy year for the Shadow Smokes Legion and for Brendan, for Bob, for Martina Maya, for everybody that's around, for Dad Smoke Cigars, everybody who's part of SSL. I see their hard work all the time. I pay attention to what they do, and I can see that everybody's working hard, and that 2020 is gonna be one of those things like straight ahead. I'll worry about the rest later. It's gonna run through all that stuff, step into icicles, and then run into the water or fire. It's gotta be a busy one, and I think that it's gotta be the same thing for Shadow Smokes Legion. It's gotta be a busy one too. We gotta try even more cigars. We gotta try even more things. We gotta try to do fun things over here and there. We gotta talk about all the related issues, and we gotta see how FDA works out. We really will. We're seeing history happen. In a few years, you'll be like, this is the year where cigar became blah blah blah, right? This is the year cigar changed for the worse. Well, this is the year cigar changed for the better. This is the year where all the blends should seem to be the same because FDA is making everybody using the same cigar. Well, this is the year where FDA have gave up, and then we totally get the freedom of trying new cigars. This is the year. I think this is the year. Right? In the future, when your kids are smoking cigar, when your grandkids are smoking cigar, you'll be like, I remember 2020. That's the year why you have cigar to smoke. Or this is the year why you don't have any cool cigar to smoke anymore. 2020 is going to be it. 2020 is going to be an exciting one. 2020 is going to be a good one. Brace for it. Put on your seatbelts. Drive the cars. Smoke a cigar and do a live while you're at it and talking about how other people are driving like shit. And prepare for 2020 because 2020 is going to be done this year. Okay, 2020 is one. In fact, I think 2020 is going to be such a big change that the cigar industry is going to keep this year as something to gauge the future years. Something, you guys heard about, I can't remember which company was trying to start a coalition where everybody pay a licensing fee so that they can use each other's blend. I really think that's bad. I really, really think that's bad. Join a coalition to have the same blend is bad. Creativity is good. And I'm not saying that there's like unlimited amount of creativities. But I think that to do that so that you can use other people's blend as yours is horrible. It's horrible. Because your brand is yours. Your brand is yours. Your blend is yours. Right? Why use other people's blend? Because if other people use your blend, then why buy from you? Why buy from you? Just buy the one with the most intricate design blend bands. Whichever is cheaper, buy that one. Right? Why'd you have multiple different stores anymore? It's just gotta be the same stuff. I think that's a really bad idea. And I really hope that FDA doesn't implant that, disclose the blend for testing, all that stuff. They take that away so that cigar industry can freely try different new blends and continue to make new cigars for us. Because that's one of the fun part. It's no fun if you always gotta smoke the same taste. It's like eating the same rice every single day. Imagine having to eat white rice and nothing else on it for 37 years. Not a fun thing to do. Not a fun thing to do. What is fun for the industry is that there's always new blend that you get to try. There's new stuff you get to compare. There's new cigars you get to vote. Top 25 is always different because new cigar came out. I think that's what makes cigar fun. This is why people look at reviews. This is why people look forward to the IPCPR, whatever that you can think of. If it's all the same, why bother go to IPCPR? They're the same cigar. right? Or you might just have one company that literally pay all the money to have all their blend inspected and put it out there for people to buy. That might be a different thing, but again, everybody who's in the coalition can use it. Then kind of defeat the point, you know. Kind of defeat the point. Anyway, I love you guys. That's it for me today. It's Wednesday, so I know everybody have things to do, work to do tomorrow and all that stuff. I'm gonna go to sleep and whatnot. So I'm gonna let you guys go today. I did 1 hour 36 minutes. I say, you know, one cigar's time. Okay, so I'm finished my cigars and I got through a bunch of things. I need to go get some rest after shower and, you know, massage my back and neck. Try to recover from this weird neck pain things. So here we go. So he's will be in Utah. If anybody in Utah, hit him up. Go make a post on the Legion so that you guys can hang out. Because hanging out with Cigar Mechanic is definitely fun. Being in the SSL, hanging out with Brendan means a lot of goodies. I'm not even kidding. Alright? So yeah, have fun. Enjoy your night. You know, take it easy for tomorrow. If you're in the snow region, stay warm. Okay? I will see you guys on Saturday. Hopefully all my stuff will be in so I can do the unboxing on Saturday, and we'll go from there. Okay, stay saucy, have a good night. I will see you guys next time.